This is a 2014 Polaris RZR800 and just installed the Firestorm cab heater. It works great, blows a lot of hot air, but it took a little bit of work to get it working after it was installed, and wanted to show you what I did to straighten out a little minor problem that I had. Before you start installing, first thing you need to do is remove this little black plug. I knew to do that, but there are apparently a lot of people who fail to do that. Once you get the heater installed, step around here so you can see what it looks like. There's the heater installed. The bottom knob is the thermostat or temperature control, and the top knob is the fan speed. What I ran into was a problem with air trapped in the heater core, and these are two hoses that I had to install in the process. The top hose comes from the radiator. That's where the hot water comes in. The cooler water, after it passes through the heater coil, is only slightly cooler, comes out the bottom hose. So just to give you an idea of the way it travels through, the top hose is hot, the bottom hose is a return or cooler. The way I flushed the way I removed the air that was trapped in the heater core was I took this hose loose from the connector down under there. I'll show it a little better view shortly. But take both hoses loose. The kit comes with this water hose adapter. Just go ahead and insert the water hose adapter in this hose, tighten it down with the clamp that was already on the hose, hook up the garden hose, and let water come, keep it on, you don't have to turn on much, just crack it open a little bit, and let the water flow through it until it comes out this hose. And I just draped them over the front here, kind of made a mess, but no big deal. If you don't get any water flow, chances are very good it's because you don't have the thermostat knob turned all the way counterclockwise. One thing that I did to make sure there wasn't anything stopped up or anything like that was I took a zip tie and ran down in the back of the heater core before I put it in the where the water comes in. There's a valve. Yeah, here we go. The back of it looks real similar to that. I ran a zip tie down in there. If you turn the knob, the thermostat control on the front, you can tell that shuts off the water flow, and your zip tie won't go down in there very far with it turned all the way to the right, but turn it back to the left, and that'll assure that you get water flow through there. So once you get the water hose flowing out this hose, you can cut the water off. Go ahead and reattach these two guys. You still may have some air trapped in there, which will keep it from getting hot. So what you want to do, it's not showing up real well. Let me get my flashlight. What you want to do is clamp this hose. That's the radiator hose that goes to the top of the radiator. Put your clamp right there. What that's going to do is force all the hot water coming from the engine to go through the Y and into the heater core. So that's going to force out any remaining air. You may have to do that 2 or 3 times to get it working, but once you do that, it should work just fine. This thing gets really nice and warm. And once again, just make sure that this guy is turned all the way counterclockwise. Turn your fan on, and you'll even be able to feel the hot air coming out the defroster up there. So anyway, hope that helps you out. It took about 8 hours to install this. If I had all this information in the first place, it would have been more like 5.5. So good luck.